The early 2010s was basically peak Call of Duty. I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Activision in this era was like a fucking immovable force that everyone tried to ride the coattails of. In a way, it kind of sucked dick because so many companies at the time tried riding off the Call of Duty craze by creating their own shitty knockoffs. Some of them were alright, but a lot of them outright blew chunks. At this point, it really seemed like Activision was the only one who could kill Activision, and that felt impossible when both Treyarch and Infinity Ward were both dropping banger after banger. The downfall would start to creep up eventually because of the additions of stupid ass shit, but before that would happen, we'd get some rock-solid titles, one of which would be Black Ops 2. A lot of people consider Black Ops 2 to be the last of the golden era of Call of Duty. In a lot of ways, I could see why some would say that. Black Ops 2 is a fucking great game with a lot of interesting ideas that felt different from the usual shit we were getting. I think some of the shit that came after years later has been okay, but there was really something special about this time period of Duty. But anyways, we're gonna dive right into this shit. So I'll just go on to say that 2012 was one hell of a year. Not only did the Mayans predict the end of the world with the 2009 movie 2012, but it was also when we'd get Black Ops 2. The story of this shit is told across two timelines. One section you're killing shit as our dude Alex Mason, and in the other, you're fucking shit up in the year 2025 as his kid David. The main bad guy in the game is this asshole revolutionary named Raul Menendez, the leader of a movement called Cortes Dia. These motherfuckers are doing cyber warfare and shit, causing all sorts of chaos and fucking with the world's superpowers. It's basically our job as the player to stop this son of a bitch once and for all. With all that shit in mind, and after playing through the campaign of Black Ops 2, I think a lot of the game is still interesting, and a lot of it holds up really well, even to this day. Since the game is mostly set in the year 2025, it's a bit weird since shit isn't as futuristic as the guys at Treyarch predicted. That being said, the game's campaign is filled with a lot of action that helps keep it entertaining every step of the way. But what I can really appreciate about Black Ops 2 is the game has different outcomes based on things that you do within the campaign. Basically, you have some degree of choice based on actions that you take in the game, which ultimately lead to different endings. It's an interesting way to add replay value since Call of Duty games don't often have branching narratives like Black Ops 2. I'll also add that Raul Menendez was a pretty fucking good villain too. Like, we could kind of get his motivation a bit since it was mostly done out of revenge more than anything else. I mean, sure, he's a bad dude and all, something we learn about when Woods explains that he had killed his men and left him to die, but the dude's backstory is still fucked up. And when he tells us about his sister's disfigurement happening due to greedy assholes, we kind of feel for the dude for a brief moment. Just a small one because, like I said, dude's a sick fuck.
Do it! Do it!
However, I'ma just fucking admit it. That bank shot grenade Woods whips to accidentally kill the dude's sister. Absolute fucking glorious touchdown. But going in further with other aspects of Black Ops 2, the game also has some side content shit in it with these Strike Force missions. You don't have to do them, but again, these can change outcomes within the game. It's pretty much shit like capturing objectives, escorting convoys, and eliminating targets. It's something extra with the campaign to give you more to do, but they're not exactly the most fantastic thing in existence. They're fucking ass, but at least it's optional ass. I don't think that there was all that many bad missions in the game, though there was a few that I found to be more bullshit than others. Like, right off the bat, and I don't know if it was just bad luck or something, but in Pyrrhic Victory, which is the first mission in the game, I got soft locked to the point where I kept getting caught because I couldn't keep up with Hudson when the game hits its automatic checkpoint. It was frustrating and pissed me the fuck off because there wasn't shit I could do about it. But outside of my misfortune, I don't think I minded the level itself. In fact, I felt like the best missions in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 were actually the ones like this where they're set in the 1980s. I don't know what it is, and maybe it's just personal preference, but I think events loosely based on real stuff are more interesting than all the futuristic bullshit. That being said, I thought Old Wounds was a great level. It's a bit more open than what you'd expect in a duty game since you're riding around on a horse in Afghanistan completing objectives instead of being in a shooting gallery. It's a nice change of pace versus the usual linear shit. Apart from that stuff, I guess if I'm gonna point to at least one mission that I find to be unremarkable, oh boy, let's go with Fallen Angel. This shit sucked dick. My first real annoyance was this section with these drones. Like seriously, it's instant death if you get caught. The real meat of this level is this dumb shit where you're eavesdropping on Menendez. I don't know what it was, but I just didn't really care for this section, nor the ladder driving part either. It was fucking ass, but whatever, it didn't really take away from the game. Prior to every mission, you also get to choose a loadout with the option to do a lot of customization. I gotta be honest here, the only thing I never changed was the access kit since it unlocked different shit during missions. What I'll also say is that I honestly found the guns in the game to be smooth as fuck. There wasn't really anything that I could point to and be like, yeah, I don't like that. A lot of them were pretty fun to use and the shooting was satisfying. What I'll add though is that I usually like sniping in Call of Duty, but with Black Ops 2, I found myself mostly instead using the target finder attachment on assault rifles. It made blowing away enemies feel a lot easier since there's moments where dudes tend to blend into the environment like fucking chameleons and shit. Voice acting and music in Black Ops 2 is still really good too. Sam Worthington and James C. Burns return as Alex Mason and Frank Woods, both of which are fucking flawless, but Woods has some fucking gold here.
I'm ready to roll, baby! What the fuck? Oh, that shit? Nah, I'm just fucking lazy.
Also, mad props to Michael Rooker too. Fucking guy got a handshake like Burt Reynolds and shit.
Mr. Svenning, how have you... Damn, would you feel that iron grip handshake like Burt Reynolds and shit?
Hell yeah. But in closing, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is still a fucking great game. I don't think that I can say that it's better than the first Black Ops, but it's still really good. I really like that Treyarch at least tried to add replay value with branching narrative choices and whatnot since it mixes things up. And yeah, it's not really any secret that a lot of people tend to skip the campaigns in these games, which is a shame because stuff like this is worth checking out for sure. There's a lot of entertainment to be had in Black Ops 2 with a lot of fun levels and an interesting story. And sure, the 2025 vision that the game had didn't come to fruition, but hey, fuck it.